Hello, hello, happy hump day. It's Jackie, obviously, and it's a Wednesday, so we're going live. I have this week and then next week, and then a reminder. I do really appreciate you guys joining every week, but I am not going live in the month of May. It's a very busy week, home, school, traveling, so there will be no lives on Wednesdays in May. So we have a couple more before the break, and I just wanted to remind you guys of that in case I forget next week. But I am excited about my OMAD today. This is like one of the many examples of why I love eating one meal a day, but I'm making a new recipe. So I saw this maybe Instagram, maybe it was Facebook. It was a short form video where they made like a chicken pot pie orzo, and it just kind of stuck with me. Like I saw, like thought of it for a few days, and I don't know like the creator that I saw. It wasn't necessarily a recipe, but it was with chickpeas instead of chicken, which I have vegetarians. And so I found on Pinterest a chicken, I don't know if they call it chicken pot pie orzo, but it's basically like the filling of chicken pot pie, but instead of in a crust or on mashed potatoes or something, you put it with orzo. And then I can make it vegetarian, and then at the very end put chicken in half of it and chickpeas in the other half. And it sounds so good to me. What does that have to do with fasting other than I'm eating? Well, I just always feel really grateful that I can try new recipes, and I'm not trying to also then take a calculator and figure out the calories and the macros, or wonder, like, should I try to use the reduced fat cream instead of the cream? Because I like regular cream. Like, you can obviously like the lower cal versions, but I like using heavy cream. And I'm just excited that I can make a new recipe without the burden of all of that, because I remember so many times on Weight Watchers, trying a new recipe was like I was so unincentivized. I don't even know how to say that. I didn't want to make new recipes or try something because I would have to put every ingredient into a recipe builder and figure out the portions and the points per portion, and then measure the portions as I was eating it. And then if I put an extra splash of this or a little bit of cheese, then I'd have to like try to quantify, and then I didn't feel like I could just go by smell or have fun with the cooking process. So I'm just really grateful that when I see a new recipe, I can really, really be excited and try the new recipe. So, and personally, I'm going to like the chickpea version and the chicken version. So I'm pretty excited to make it and try it tonight. Hopefully it turns out, because I guess that's the risk I'm taking, having an OMAD and planning on food I've never made before. It could turn out poorly. But the other cool thing in my eating window is I made, excuse me, I already made them. They're cooling right now, no-bake cookies. And my daughter asked me to make them. I was already planning on making them, and they sound really good. And I love no-bake cookies. I've always loved no-bake cookies, but I no longer eat them for breakfast if I make them. I used to do that and then feel bad about it, but then also like kind of pout and be like, well, I want to eat the cookies I like. The whole diet game is just gone, and that's what I'm blabbing on about. So I'm excited about that and grateful. But we will get to questions or comments. Well, thank you, Karen. I will miss talking with you guys, but I'll be back. So I trust we'll all have a wonderful May until then, but thank you. Hello, 1-2-99-100. Did you miss skip a few? 1-2, skip a few, 99-100. We used to count like that. Karen says, yeah, I'm chicken pot pie orzo. Can't wait to see it in a short or something. Absolutely, it will be in a short, I hope. We'll see. But I really like orzo, and kind of like how it kind of melts with sauces. Like it's not giant. I'm very excited if you can't tell. Robin, good morning from Cali. Good morning to you. Love your videos, family dynamic, and your transparency. Enjoy your upcoming vacation. Thank you. I am very excited. The first vacation is, well, it's not really, I'm traveling. It's not really a vacation. I'm going to a sweet and snacks convention, and that's about as vacation-y as work travel could be, though, to me. So I get to go as a member of the media and make YouTube videos about all of the different snacks. I'm really excited. I'm hoping, and this will be on my grocery channel, so I apologize for like being excited about it, but and not giving it away on the fasting channel, but I'm gonna get a bunch of like samples of different snacks from vendors at the convention, and I'm hoping to do like a giveaway box that has a lot of really yummy things in it, and I'm gonna do that on my grocery channel. So if that sounds fun to you and you want to try different, it might be like an existing brand but something new they came up with, or like a new Albanese gummy flavor. I have no idea what we're gonna get there, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot of things. And I'm specifically gonna be like, is there something you'd like me to give to in a giveaway, and like collect things for giveaways. So I'm so excited. There's so many things I'm excited about it. And yes, it's like for work, but that's like exactly the type of work I dreamt of having someday. So I'm excited. Hey, Mom. My mom's the moderator, Joni, and you better behave or she'll get you. Hope you're having a good day, Mom. Oh, another California girl. I've actually, okay, so this is like totally not thought of, like planned out at all. But one thing I was thinking, I do want to go back to LA maybe this year. And I thought it would be kind of fun to coordinate a meetup of some sort, like maybe a fancy OMAD, and just meet other people, and then I could film maybe a video of like, if Karen, you came to the meetup, what would be your one piece of advice from or for a new faster? And then you could give like your personal little bit of story, your success, and what your tip would be, and whoever we meet up with, like make some content with that. Again, I haven't planned it out. I don't have dates or for sure know I'm doing it, but having 2 California gals on, I know California is like extremely long and LA is not going to be easy peasy for many people, but I just think it would be fun to kind of have a meetup with others and meet some people, and having that be like extremely high population, even California to begin with, it might be a fun place to try to do one of those with other things that I want to do. So I'm just throwing that out there. Hi, Janelle. Hello to everyone, she says. I'm watching you live this week. Yay, thank you for joining. I'm excited my rebounder while I watch today. Woohoo! Have I started rebounding again yet? No. I do it randomly, not consistently. I don't know what my problem is. I'm just so bad about like sticking with physical things other than walking. Walking I do very regularly, and I like rebounding when I do it, but it's just, I need to get my butt down to the basement. Everything is set up now, and do it regularly and just make it my routine. I like it when I do it. I'm sorry if there's any men on here. I don't like wearing bras, and I hate doing my rebounder because I need to put a bra on. That's another thing. I've never said that on online, but that's the truth. That's like one of the big things that holds me back, is like if I'm like, oh, I could do the rebounder really quickly, I'm like, I have to go put a bra on, and I can't not put a bra on. You with me? But no, I haven't. I like it. Like it's not something I like regret buying. I just need to do it more. You've inspired me. Thank you for sharing that. Hi, Brett. I did ADF 6 days and I did a 500 down day. I love them all. Wow. Yay. Good for you. So if you did the ADF, like, did you do 6 days that were full fast and then a 500 calorie down day? Like you're learning both of them. I personally do like both of them, but good for you playing around and trying new things. I think that's amazing. Hi, Jillian. I'd love to do a meetup in Ireland. That would be fun. I would love to go to Ireland someday. But until then, I will just stay friends with you over online. Thank you for joining. Wait, 1834 says at 6:34 p.m. I'm thinking. Military time coming in handy. I used to have to use that for work. But I'm assuming it's the same thing. But I know Americans always assume that what we think is like the way everyone does it. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think like that's the equivalent of like almost 7 p.m. at night. Amy says, I found this channel through your grocery addict channel, and I've been binge watching and ordered Fast Feast repeat book. Started if on Monday, and I'm down 2.8 pounds doing low carb. Woohoo! I don't think a comment could make me happier than that, because it is like the blend of both of my favorite worlds. I love grocery shopping. I love eating. I love sharing that. And I'm not super open or frequently. Most people, oh, that was weird. I know most people that grocery shop don't fast. So I'm not trying to alienate anyone. But then I just throw it out there. Sometimes I'm like, well, I like to break my fast with cheese, or I'm doing a down day and I just throw things out Makes it easier as I'm explaining why I'm buying something. From the grocery shopping channel because I know that saying it could reach people that also love grocery shopping and trying new foods and new recipes but hate like battling diets. So you have sincerely made my day with that comment. Yay for you joining. I'm cheering for you. Woohoo! Black Duck, good afternoon. Hello. Doing OMAD and only opening up my eating window for breakfast. Oh, that is very cool. I actually could see myself enjoying that schedule if I didn't have like kids at home right now. It just wouldn't work for my personal life, but I love the idea daily, which we had on Easter, and I was like, yeah, I could definitely do this most days. North Carolina for Amy. I've never been to or through North Carolina. Yay, I would love that, Karen. It would be so fun to meet you. I would love to meet so many people. I would love, like, if travel costs and, like, childcare wasn't a thing, like an issue, I would love to do like a fasting foodie tour where I visit different people and you guys take me, like, not pay, but like I meet up with different people that I talk with frequently and I go and have delicious food that they show me in their local area and like share all these different like amazing epic throughout the world OMADs. That would be amazing. It's not feasible right now, but it sounds amazing to me. Margot, cheering for each other. I love you guys cheering each other on. Black Duck is doing OMAD and wait. Oh, so your last one was partial. Okay, I got it. I find it difficult to do heavy exercise in the evening. Any tips you can provide to overcome this obstacle? I guess I'm curious what makes it difficult. Are you I don't think I ever do heavy exercise. So I'm not like a high intensity person. I do walk on my treadmill sometimes. Lately when it's been nice, I've been doing more outdoor, so I prefer outdoor to my treadmill. But if I do my treadmill or I don't do my walking pad that's right here as I'm working, I do a 8 incline, 2.7 miles per hour for like 50 minutes. The entirety of a Price is Right. I get pretty sweaty, but it's not like that's as heavy as it gets. I will be strength training partially here soon. And I never have any problems like energy wise while fasting, but I don't do anything super intense. So I'm not going to CrossFit or I don't have much advice for that. If you find that the two don't coexist well for you, I would be open to trying different things, such as can you exercise in the morning and then have your OMAD? Can you have your OMAD a little later in the day and then keep your exercise routine the same? I would be trying to play around with what works for you. I don't know if having electrolytes in the evening, if you want to keep your eating window in the morning, would be helpful, or even just salt and water, or people put salt in their coffees. I'm obviously very loyal to Element. They are not obviously sponsoring this video. They do sponsor me on many videos. They give me free Element, but I love using them, so I keep working with them. I do think that they help me when I have full day fasts, and I think like it could be the same if you are eating earlier in the day and then you're really exerting yourself. A lot of professional athletes use electrolytes, whether Element or not. I think that's probably what I would be more leaning towards if you were tied to those two schedules. But if I were you, I'd be open to playing around with your schedule, seeing what works between the two, and then adding electrolytes in. Oh my goodness. I have lost my comments. Okay. I love seeing you guys cheer each other on still. Hi, Elaine. Oh my gosh, I would love to come to Germany. I don't spreche the Deutsch. And I probably just messed that up. I just remember we could take Spanish or German. I did not take German, but people used to say that all the time. I chose Spanish. I kind of wish I would have taken German, though. Okay. Hello, Izzy's Crochet Bed. Hello from Dearborn. Hi, Steve. I used to live in Kalamazoo off Westonage somewhere during college days. Oh yeah, there's a lot of student housing in that area. I love Dearborn though. My absolute favorite place in Dearborn is JJ's Custard Company. I haven't tried many of the restaurants because we haven't been to Dearborn a ton and I really want to go back to get JJ's custard. So I love Middle Eastern food. I know I would love a lot of the restaurants you guys have. But JJ's is a shining star. So hello and nice to meet you. Let's see. Amy meals a day on weekends. One, I think it is certainly a possibility. There are a lot of people that kind of loosen things up on the weekends and keep more of a tight weekday. I think that is 100% something that you can do. If that is something that sounds of interest to you, I would just try it. And even if you try it for 3 weeks and you see it's not working like in the physical sense, you're not like ruining anything by trying it and then deciding not to do it. So I would definitely try it out. I think there's a lot of ways that you could approach it where it's like, I have the possibility to have 2 meals. And then every Saturday and every Sunday, this is my personal experience. I don't know what your weekends are like, but if I don't have plans, sometimes I'm like, there would be no reason I'd want a lunch and a dinner if I'm so used to just having dinner. So I would be open to it. I'd be open to doing things more flexible if you are really committed to the weekdays. And also you could try the up day, down day approach. There's so many ways. And if you're interested in trying something, I absolutely think it is worth seeing if it works for you. And it is definitely something that could work out. A lot of people do that where they're like, OMAD week, and then weekends, I don't want to say let loose, but they just have less of a tight eating window. Britt did 500 before Easter so I could eat with family. I did ADF March 28th through April 8th. Very cool. I love that. And I love seeing people just try different things. I think that's one thing I want to share or I hope is coming through. When I share, myself being flexible, or I share my schedule, or I share my 7 days of OMAD with a down day and up day in there, I'm not trying to be like, Britt, a T. Absolutely not. I'm trying to say, like, here's how I flex. Here's how I make room to go do something. And here's how I adapt it after that or before that to show you someone that likes eating, likes fasting, and finds the balance in moving my windows and still finding joy for all the important things. And I love seeing you guys take that and run with it. 1, 2, skip a few. I had to start fasting in the afternoon and night and eat early and close eating window around 2 p.m. I was getting dizzy fasting early because of the hard labor of farming gardening. Down 30 pounds in 6 months. Now, you obviously live a very different life than me. I don't do hard labor of farming and gardening. I think it's so wonderful. You adapted to what your needs were and you are finding success. That is a wonderful, wonderful example, and I appreciate you sharing that. Go you! Woo-hoo! Okay, I'm not super behind in comments, so before I try to get off right around 2, so if comments come in at the very end, I do have to sometimes cut it off. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm going to hide this comment. Yeah. Mom, can you delete that? I don't think I can. We need to... Interesting. Sorry, a little distracted there. Trolls, I believe, have hit us. Robin says, I love watching grocery videos while I'm fasting. I know. I did not know about your other channel. How can I locate that? It's Grocery Addict. It used to be called Aldi Addict. Most of my content is based, but I do love grocery shopping and supplementing from other stores. And then I was advised that having a trademark name in my name and profiting off of it because I make videos and make money from them was not advised. So while it's majority Aldi, it is not strictly Aldi. So it's Grocery Addict. And I don't think it's weird because I love to cook. I love to bake. While I'm fasting, it makes me excited, and I like to meal plan while I'm fasting. Same idea. So I think it's fun that we can experience the joy of food, even if we're not eating. And that was something I couldn't do while I was dieting because it made me just feel like I was missing out on a lot. And I think I totally understand the joy. If you like food, you like food, right? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Amy, for sharing that. And your kind words. Cool Water says, I'm a fluent Spanish speaker. I'd love to hear your Spanish. Hablo inglés muy pequeño español. Too long ago. I don't remember any of it. And then it was actually kind of fun because we had, this is a long time ago, Elsie and I, she had a surgery and we lived in a patient house. And there was a family from Spain staying at the same house, and their daughter only spoke Spanish. Elsie spoke English. And then there was another family from Thailand. None of them could talk to each other. And the Spanish one, I could kind of like, ayudar. I'm probably saying that wrong now, but like offer to help her do something. I could like pull out the most basic words. And I was like that. I was glad I took Spanish then, obviously, and that was much closer to high school than now is, because that was 10 years ago. No, yeah, 10 years ago. So 10 years fresher in my memory. I'm having a hard time thinking of years even, but I do not speak Spanish at all. I try to remember it. Both my girls are in their second year of Spanish, and well, Elsie's in her first year. The second semester. Mila's in her second year of Spanish. So, like, I get a little refresher through them, but no bueno. Elaine, I love your accent and your grocery channel is great. Thank you so much. You're so nice, Elaine. Is that because I told you I love your name? I love, oh man, I started at 191.2 and now 178.2. Woohoo, go Britt. I'm with you. I love it. I never think I'll end. I hope I don't ever have to. 1, 2, I love that you connect the dots with my name, and you were correct. It is 1, 2, skip a few. Yeah. That's how we always counted. And I've done that with my son, and he's like, what? I'm like, you guys don't say that in school. How dare you not say that? Epic flying squirrel. I used to break my fast around dinner time. Shortly after I break my fast, I have an urgent need to use the bathroom. Do you have any suggestions to keep that from happening? 2 things. 1, I can't open my eating window with creamy things that are warm. I know that's very specific, but it is, I was actually I did a NutriSense dietitian, and I told her about that, and she said that there's something in your gut that even if you're not lactose intolerant, if it's warmed up, you can react to it. And since fasting, whatever that is, my gut does not like warm dairy immediately in my eating window. So I can't eat it. Otherwise, I have the same issue. But 2, it used to be when I first started fasting, and anyone in my personal life that starts fasting, I tell them this, I had diarrhea. Like almost every time I opened my eating window, I just didn't open my eating window unless I was home or close to a bathroom. Like I had to be prepared, and that went away. Like my body adjusted. So I don't know how early you are in your fasting journey. It didn't last super long for me, and honestly, it's been so long that I can't remember. But I wouldn't be 5 years in if I still had to deal with that. Like that was hard. But it is something that I had to deal with, just getting used to fasting. And then I realized that I can't drink warm lattes. And the specific one I remember is opening my eating window with like very creamy soups because they're warm and they're very milk based, like loaded baked potato soup. If that's the first thing I eat for the soups, and anytime I have a hot latte, it's just like, don't do it. So I just had to realize what was upsetting my stomach and just getting used to fasting. Those are the 2 that help, and that's the only experience I have. If anyone else has any experience, please share them with Epic Flying Squirrel. And as I said that, I don't know if you guys are visual thinkers. As I say things and think things, I thought of a squirrel having a stomachache flying. So that was the visual in my head there. Oh, thank you so much, Pamela. That's so nice of you. I feel like I am now blushing. Amy says, I've always hated plain sparkling water and tried it again thanks to you, and it's really good now. I also love Element. I understand not liking it at first. I started my obsession with sparkling water with the fruity flavors to get over drinking pops. When I was pregnant with my son, I ran so hot that I wanted sparkling, bubbly drinks all the time, it just felt refreshing, I guess. But I was in the habit of getting a Diet Coke large from McDonald's on my way to work. And then I started getting one again on my way home from work. And obviously I didn't want to drink that much Diet Pop, especially while pregnant. So I started drinking sparkling water, and then I really liked it. And thankfully, when it came to fasting, I just had to get rid of the flavors. And at first I was like, I need the flavors. So I get it, but I love it. And now I love sparkling water that's plain or flavored with Element. Yummy. Okay, please become chubby again. I don't think so. But I appreciate the encouragement in ways you don't normally get, maybe. Impressed Pamela says, what restaurants do you crave or your number one go-to? I am trying to think. Mexican is probably like if it were a craving based. I love Mexican food. I'd go there all the time. And then, yeah, that's probably like cravings. Mexican food, like going to a sit down Mexican restaurant with all the cheesy, saucy beans, salsa, all that stuff. Yes. Have I tried the flavor esters at Lidl, only 49 cents? No, I actually have never been in a Lidl. I've only had the items that they sent me right before Christmas, which were delicious. We don't have them in our, or is it Lidl? Why can I not remember all of a sudden? It's Lidl, isn't it? I think it's Lidl. Now I'm really questioning myself. I've never been in one. I would love to go to, okay, I see you corrected. It's Waters, flavored Waters. I would love to go to I feel like I cannot think. Is it Lidl or Lidl? I think it's Lidl. I've never been in one. I worked with them. They sponsored a video. They shared with me all the Christmas stuff. I would love to go. Let's see. skip a few says, I am finding even making sure I eat plenty of veggies at my meal and I'm still not getting enough fiber. Any tips? I'm not the best person to ask about this because I don't track. I know beans are really high in fiber. Obviously the veggies are the things that come to my mind, but I don't track all of my macronutrients and I never did before is what I can say. So it's not like I'm starting the habit of fasting and dropping other good habits. It's just overwhelming to me. I like the easiness. I do track with annual physicals like blood health and seeing like if I'm missing, or I do track that I'm not doing poorly, I guess, on a medical sense. But other than that, I don't do all the stuff. Oh, I don't really have any. I know, again, beans are the first thing that pop in my head aside from veggies. I think lentils, are they also pretty high in fiber along with protein? But I don't track it, so I don't really have any advice for you. I'm sorry. Hi, Miss Girl. Yes, very similar to Aldi. Lidl. So I said it right to begin with. Thank you. Amy says, do you feel brown butter bites with nothing else added would break a fast? Dr. Berry said you can put butter in black coffee without breaking a fast. I personally don't do that. I've never had brown butter bites, and I've never been one that puts butter in coffee. The thing that you can do that I would personally recommend, 100% think that clean fasting, no flavors, no additions, no butter, no flavored electrolytes, anything in your fasting window. Get used to what that feels like and then test different things. Because some people say that they don't feel the best even if they have flavored electrolytes. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I don't feel any different than when I do a clean fast. However, if I have Diet Pepsi or Diet Dr. Pepper, I suddenly feel really hungry, or not suddenly, I have a harder time fasting, and that kind of stuff does bother me, but I'm comparing it to a clean fast. Now, there's other people who say they don't feel any different with diet beverages, and I think that is kind of a personal thing. I would consider it breaking a fast. I wouldn't have that. But would I tell someone that if having butter in your coffee allows you to keep fasting and not eating other things, or you're not able to do it, would I say that that isn't better? Absolutely not. I've never experimented with it. I've never tried it, but I would, for myself, consider it breaking my fast. I did once experiment by putting heavy cream in my coffee. Some people say they still do that while fasting. That gave me the world's worst headache both times that I tried it. My body thought I was about to eat and then I didn't eat. I would not do that. But I was also, again, very used to clean fasting, and so I was comparing how I felt between the two. Thank you, Elaine. I'm very excited by the fun. The second trip is vacation, so I didn't even talk about that, but that's Washington, D.C. with a bunch of 7th graders, so vacation E. We'll see how it goes. 7th and 8th graders. Does my weight go up on my cycle? I don't weigh myself anymore regularly at all. I would imagine that it does. I definitely feel more bloated at that time. I definitely feel hungrier right before my period starts, which is like today. I can just tell my period's about to start because I'm hungrier, and all the other signs like, you know, tender breasts and a little crabby. But I don't weigh myself, so I don't know. But my clothes all still fit all the time. And that's like my happy. I'm like feeling good, clothes fit, happy. I'll be honest, I never even knew what insulin resistant was. I never was familiar with it. I never thought of insulin. I never thought of insulin sensitivity until I was well into my fasting journey. I do believe I was probably insulin resistant if I look up different things. I still have skin tags. I know that's a sign of insulin resistance. I don't know for sure, but I didn't think of it until after I had lost weight and kept learning about fasting. So I don't think I am anymore, but I think I probably had some of it going on. Lidl and Aldi are the two mainstream discount supermarkets here in Germany. I feel like they look so similar in logos, and their like letters, that to me they had to have had similar origin stories, and they're German markets. But I would love to get Lidl. I have to think of how she spelled it out in Michigan. I'm hopeful. But yeah, I made it to the end. I'm at 31 minutes. This worked out really well. I hope you all have a fabulous week. Thank you for joining. I love chatting with you guys. I hope you have amazing eating windows, fabulous fasts, and I'll see you next week live and all the videos in between then. Goodbye.